Because your characters are basically like parodies of like DC hit like or superheroes. Did you like ever like find a connection between them?
I think it would be hard to say that there's not some influence from someone like Superman or any of the or Thor or any of those kind of characters that have a lot of bravado and have super strength and invulnerability. It would be hard for me to say that I'm not influenced by it. Um, so somewhere in there, yeah, there certainly is an influence, but really it ultimately comes to what do I feel like as a superhero, and really trying to layer into that character a true concern for saving people's lives, for making the world a better place. And then that's the type of voice that you end up hearing. You hear if a kid is listening to the Silver Century on screen, they want to hear that this person could actually come and save them. They want to believe that this person really cares about them. Because no one knows, how does the Silver Century make money? For instance, we how do these characters make a living? Where do they live? Do they have some, a one-bedroom apartment in New York, or do they have some fortress like Superman has in the North Pole or wherever the heck it is? So it's always fun to kind of layer in real stuff for yourself that the audience may never know about. The audience may never know that you've been thinking about your character in a particular way, but they'll feel something. They don't always remember what you said, but they'll remember how you made them feel. So, characters like the Silver Century, you want to leave kids with the feeling that they are protected and that they can be saved, and that there's somebody out there who's looking out for them, who's gonna keep the bad guys from getting to them. So that really remains my consistent approach when dealing with cartoon characters, but particularly superheroes.
Because you was in season five, and that season got pushed back quite a while. How did you feel about that?
Honestly, at the time, I had moved on to some other projects. Being an actor in New York, you're always moving on from one thing to the other, and I had to follow suit. There were so many projects I did that year that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ended. I think I did 5 more projects. Did plays around New York and across the country, and I think I may have been on the verge of doing a Broadway show at that time. So I was able to move on pretty quickly because we're kind of tuned to do that. We're used to doing that here in New York as a performer. You got to move from one thing to the next. So I just take the memories that I have, and I take these like this action figure that my wonderful fan gave me, and that ends up being what the summation of my memory at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that's fine with me.
And what do you prefer to do, animation or live action?
That's a timely question, because now, as everyone is, many people are in a quarantine or semi-quarantine type state. A lot more projects that involve recording remotely are being produced right now. So you're going to find more animated projects available, because I can do animated projects from my apartment. So what would I rather do? I would rather do whatever is available and fun at the same time. And right now, the available stuff is that type of stuff, the animation and voiceovers for commercials and things. But of course, I'm very physical, and I like to get out there and use my actual body doing things too. So I would rather be using my body, but for the convenience, voiceovers are great. Doing cartoons are great.
Do you prefer to do TV shows or movies?
Uh, let's see. You, you know, I like the idea of TV shows, because with TV shows you can have access to them every week. You're not always sure if everyone is going to see the movie that you put out there, but a TV show, if you can get a series, you could see a show every day. When I would get home from school when I was a kid and watch the cartoons, there would be a different show on every day, 5 days a week. So you get to see, they become a part of your family. TV has more of an opportunity, I think, for you to become a part of someone's routine, because they get to see you more. But film is slightly more remote. You have to go to a theater to see it first, or these days you can go to Netflix and see it. But it's not as available as the consistency of TV.
What's the last role you've done?
The last role that I've done before the pandemic, of course, I was on Broadway doing a show called Company, and that closed on March the 12th because of the pandemic. And before that, I've been doing a couple of other Broadway shows too. I think the last one before that was what was it? It was Kiss Me Kate on Broadway, and then there was Rocky the musical, which was on Broadway, and which I also was able to do in Hamburg, Germany. And before that, it was Ragtime on Broadway. A lot of musical theater. So I also do some singing, and so that tends to be where I land most consistently in musical theater.
Did you have a favorite person to work with the cast?
Favorite person to work with? Wow, that's a good question. You work with so many people. You work with literally you can work with hundreds of people a year being an actor. And so to nail it down to a favorite person to work with, that's going to be a tough one. There's someone over there near you. His name is Drew Sarrich. When we did Rocky the musical in Hamburg, Germany, he was great to work with. He was also a great teacher, because I was also learning the German language, and he would help me with my German. So I got not only the satisfaction of being able to play on stage opposite him, but he was also helping me with the German language, which was crucial because the whole show was done in German. So he would be right up there with the top people who I've been able to perform with, because we're still friends to this day. In fact, there are quite a few people from that show that I still remain in close contact with.
Come over, ask you this question, but did you have a favorite character on the TV show?
Okay, favorite character. I'm a sucker for wise quotes and wisdom. So Splinter is going to be up there. Splinter's going to be up there for me, because he always has something wise to say, and he doesn't really have to do too much. So in terms of a character that I would admire and want to kind of emulate my life after, it will be somebody like that. Yes, a giant rat.
Did you take anything away from your character, to input on your actual life?
That's a good question. I think whatever character you do, you always take a little bit of them with you, because you have to dig in order to make them convincing and believable, so that you can believe it. So there's always a point where you make some type of connection, and you find yourself having those same habits in your life. Like with the Silver Century, clearly I can't fly, but I can feel like a hero. I may not be saving anyone's life, but I can I can be a champion in my own life, and to take care of my own self, and to take care of the people that I love, and be a hero in that regard. So I think there are some traits you can take from everything, even Raptor, even though he was villainous, he was just, he was determined to see something, to get something done. And even though not everybody liked it, he still had a strong determination to see his mission accomplished. And I think that that's something that everybody can take into their own life, to be able to see what you want to do and do what it takes to accomplish it. So I think you can look at any character and find something that you can relate to and that you can apply to your own life.
When you was reading the scripts, was there anything weird about it?
Well, the question is it weird? Was it weird to see the script, or anything weird in the script? Well, it's already a given, because we're talking about talking turtles and talking rats, and and turtles living under the sewer and living off of subsisting off of a diet of pizza. We also don't know how they get their money to buy this pizza. They just, I always think about that when you with action heroes and characters like that. Where are they getting their money? Where do these guys work? So it's already unbelievable enough. So I don't put too much judgment on it. I mean, I think you go into a script like that, which of course is sort of comic in nature. And one of the rules of comedy is that you just go with it, and you believe it. You have to invest totally in it. It's not for me to judge it. It's for you to enjoy it. So I don't think I thought too much critically about the script, because it's already in the land of fantasy. So I might as well go with it and pretend.
And do you rewatch any old episodes and which shows in?
Yeah, you know what? When I heard that you wanted to talk to me about it, I had to refresh and look at the episode, and it was quite funny listening to the episode, because I was thinking, oh, my voice sounded like that back then, because sometimes you don't recognize it. That was almost 20 years ago, maybe. So I've seen them, and of course you wonder, okay, man, I should have done that better. I should have said this way or said that way. But hey, once it's on screen, it's in the can, so it's not much you can do about it. But yeah, I have seen some of the episodes.
How do you feel about the current style of the franchise, or do you not keep up with it anymore?
I haven't kept up with it that much. Of course, I get caught up in a lot of the other. There's such a variety of sci-fi and fantasy flicks out there. I haven't gotten too caught up with the latest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm more into the Marvel and the DC and all of the blockbuster films that have been coming out lately, and I'm also a great fan of all of those. And any number of days of the week, I may be looking on some Wikipedia page about what Thor's powers are, or what Deadpool's weaknesses are, or So I'm very much into the folklore of all these characters, which are kind of like our modern day mythology. The mythologies and stories like this have always been with us, and they always tell us about ourselves, I think, because we're telling the same stories over and over again. Why do we always need a superhero? Why do we always need someone who has gone through some trial in their life and then they come out on the other side as a superhero? They're telling us stories about ourselves, about the human condition. So while Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is awesome, there's so many other stories too that are doing a pretty good job at telling human beings our stories, reflecting the stories of human beings back to ourselves.
And do you have a favorite like comic book hero?
Oh wow, oh man, I love the Hulk. I love the Hulk because he's extremely powerful, but he's also vulnerable too. There's two sides of him. There is the Bruce Banner side. There is the incredibly strong brute. And I think that kind of is reflective of a lot of our own personalities. We have different sides to ourselves. and we tap into whatever is useful at the moment. Sometimes you need to be a bit of a Hulk in your approach, and sometimes you need to be a bit more mild mannered and take the scientific approach, like Bruce Banner. So I like everything that the Hulk kind of represents. He's a story of human beings who have the potential to lose control and cause great chaos, or they also have the potential to use their minds and to affect some great stability also. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 with the Hulk. So I'm always impressed with the Hulk stories, no matter who's playing them. And there's been a lot of people playing them over the years, hasn't it?
So that's a Hulk classic turtle question. And who is your favorite turtle?
Favorite turtle? I'm gonna go with Donatello. I'm gonna go with Donatello. I mean, when you play with the action figures, of course, you like all the guys with the fancy weapons like the sai and the nunchucks and everything, and the katana blade, because they just seem more effective. But using that bow to use that bow effectively, it takes a great amount of skill. So that just shows how skillful he is, that he could really be just as effective as the other turtles, but not necessarily need a sharp object to do it. He just needs a long object that he uses with skill. Also, he's the brains of the bunch too. So if fighting crime as a turtle doesn't work out for him, he can go do something else because he's got brains. He can find another career path.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. A lot of people, everyone who I've interviewed so far, have always said Donatello's the favorite turtle.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all the questions I have for today. Thank you so much for doing this interview for me. It's really meant a lot.
Oh man, it's been a great pleasure. I love your. I see the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the background there. You got quite a collection over there. It looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
That's great. Well, good. Hey man, it's been my pleasure. And what's the next movie you look forward to seeing? The next action flick you look forward to seeing?
Well, ones that's already been recorded, definitely have to say Black Widow, but ones that are coming soon is a new Thor movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's also New Mutants is coming out pretty soon too, right?
Don't think
it's called New Mutants. I think Macy, his name Macy Daniels from Game of Thrones. She's in it, I think.
Yeah, I think it's already out. I think it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there should be a couple coming out, including a couple of titles on Netflix as well. So let's keep abreast of them and let's have fun watching them.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much again for doing this.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. It has been an absolute pleasure. Okay. All right. Very good.
Yeah.
Hey, enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Be happy, be excited, be enthusiastic. Have a wonderful day.